Okay, to my far end, I have Malepeai, Velus Jones, and Coach Helton. Coach will start with some comments, then we can take questions.
Good win for our football team against a good Fresno State team. Commend Coach Tedford and that group for how they competed with honor. A lot to clean up for us. Thought we left some opportunities out there. Thank goodness for a stout defense at the end, a great play by Isaiah Polomau, a really good running game by both running backs, both Vavae and I thought Steven were exceptional tonight. And then this guy hit a home run, and thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you what, as special plays we've seen. So, we've got a lot to do, a lot to fix and before the next game, but want to know, and we'll get it corrected and get going. So with that, we'll take any questions you got.
Clay, what's JT's status?
Right now, we just have an X-ray. The X-ray is negative. We'll get an MRI tonight. And see where that lies, and I'll let you know tomorrow night at the presser.
Coach, tonight was Jorge Reina's debut as a starter for Fresno State.
Yeah.
Was it hard to prepare for a guy you've never seen before, or would you say it was pretty easy?
We had some snaps on tape, and the one thing that didn't show, which he did, I thought, a phenomenal job tonight, was create as a runner. At the end of the day, he had 88 net yards and kept plays alive for them. I think we missed some opportunities and missed some tackles in the back and behind the line of scrimmage, and I think that was kind of the first thing Clancy and I talked about when we came in. But credit to him, what a competitor he was. He put his team in position to have a chance to go tie at the end.
What about the decision on 4th and 1, and also what happened on that play?
I was looking at where we were averaging with this guy 5.8 and Steven 9.3. I felt our defense tiring a little bit. I thought the offensive line had done a nice job at the line of scrimmage, and I'm always going to bet on our guys. It's 4th and 1 for 1 yard, and we had made those short situations earlier in the game, so I'm always going to bet on our guys. I believe in them.
What was your feeling when you saw JT down there holding his knee?
Just gut wrenching. You see a kid that's poured so much into the game and into this team and into his becoming better, both physically, mentally, as a quarterback. Said a prayer as soon as I saw it, and I'm hoping that we get the best results tomorrow. We'll see where it lies.
Clay, is there any circumstance, given the way the quarterback situation is right now, that you would ask Jack Sears to return to the team?
Right now, I'm just going to celebrate this win. One of the things that Jack and I always talked about, and he said, hey, there's always an open door here. And he told me, he said, Coach, if you ever need me, I'm there for you. So right now, I'm just going to enjoy a hard-fought win. I've got a lot to clean up with this football team, and then we'll go from there.
What's it like running against the offense? Provide more opportunities than some others?
I'm not sure about other opportunities and other offenses, but I do know it's fun in this offense. I've said it many times when we came to the sideline, even when we didn't get in the end zone, I told Coach Jinx all night, this is fun. Coming on the ball, really keeping it up-tempo. I told Coach Helton that many times, and it's the best feeling in the world when you got a head coach that's always going to bet on you no matter what.
What was your first impression of Keaton together there?
I always judge their eyes, and there was no fear. It was like, all right, Coach, let's go do this. And for him to walk out there and execute the offense, obviously, had one interception on a deep ball that just misread the release by the receiver. Hit another deep ball that put us in a scoring position. He did the things in a tough situation where we lost some momentum when your starting quarterback goes down. He did the things to win, so I appreciate him. And now it's about him getting better this week and getting ready for the next game.
Clay, if JT is out for an extended period of time, what's your confidence level in Keaton being able to step in and take the reins?
I wouldn't have put him out there tonight if I didn't have confidence in him. And we played it as you saw. We still threw the ball down the field with him in there. I think as you got late, we felt our defense, that the plays that started to mount in the second half, and we leaned on the running running game a little bit more. Credit to, I thought Steven and Vavae and the offensive line did a really nice job. And don't discredit, I mean, when the momentum was shifting a little bit, the kick return that Velus had, I thought was just phenomenal. You know, he's always been a play guy. That was probably the biggest of the night, and really is the difference in the game.
Velus, right before you scored that touchdown, we saw you on the sideline talking to Coach Baxter. What did you see?
We was just talking, and we was just saying, you know, look for the open hole, and like when you get a chance to hit a home run, hit a home run. And so that's why that's what I did. And, you know, I couldn't have done it without my brothers blocking for me. That's where it all started. But we just visualize it before we actually do it. And so, yeah, that's what we were discussing that on the sideline.
What was your feeling having the first one taken away? Did that make you kind of hungrier to strike again later on?
I look at it as motivation.
Vegas ready to go no matter what. Trust me.
I look at it as motivation. I wasn't too worried about it because I knew we'll get a shot again. So that's how I took that.
How did that happen with the duplicate sevens on the first pickup?
We had a late substitution and the mechanics didn't go. I mean, we've got 3 of those situations, and made a late substitution, and the mechanics are getting the jersey on didn't get it. So I wasn't very happy about it, but it happens. It's a learning lesson for all of us, from equipment to coaches, and I bet you won't happen again.
Velus, had you not been tripped up on, I think, the second or third return that you had, do you think you were going to run that one back?
I think I'm going to run it back every time I touch it, and that's the confidence I have in myself, and I know my abilities, and so every time I touch it, I expect to take one back.
Velus, it seemed like after Daniel gets hurt, the Coliseum was quiet, it was tough to get the emotion back. How much do you think your return changed the way the game was played?
Well, as a player, you know, you have to give hope. And I felt like that's what I did. I gave my team hope and the energy we need, and I'll do anything to make sure we're successful at the end of the day.
Clay, how come the kneel downs at the end, how come you don't have the quarterback under center?
Because we're not under center at any point in time in the game, and probably would more likely fumble, you know, from being under center. So, you know, obviously in this system, it is all gun, and we're not under center at all, and practiced that many times.
Clay, with 5 minutes left in the game, are you mindful or conscious of when the quarterback's going to snap the ball? Because it seemed like he was snapping around 20 to 15 seconds. Is there a thought about nursing the clock?
Yeah, we do have a milk situation, and you saw it at the end of the game, how we used it, and he had total control of it. We actually had gotten to a point where we just needed just a little bit more time on our time chart to be able to kneel down. And you saw make the one run, that was just, it scratched just enough time that we needed. And as soon as they called that timeout, we knew we had it. It was 1:22 left on the clock, and 2 kneel downs ends it, as long as you hesitate just a little bit. And that's what Keaton did, hesitated just long enough to get it under the 40 seconds.
Clay, one more here.
Clancy said the 2 things that are most improved on this defense were tackling in space and pursuit angles. What happened tonight, do you think?
I didn't think the tackling in space, I thought the tackling the quarterback in the backfield was something that we'll need to improve going into next week. But obviously you saw a ton of screens in this game, and none of them broke. I mean, we contained it. We got the ball down out in space. Where we need to get better, Dan, is a elusive quarterback got us tonight, where we had him in the grasp. And, you know, that's one of those things I think the kids will look back and say, man, we had some sacks tonight. I don't know, let me see how many we have here. But we had some sacks tonight, but at the end of the day, we could we probably could have had 4 or 5 more.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.